Hey. I hope everybody's doing good. Um, I feel good today. And I want to tell y'all why. Because it seems like a lot of things are falling in place for me. And I've been wanting to tell y'all how my 2024 went, my year 2024 went, and I'll get around to it. But I just want to tell you something about now. I just got a promotion at my job, and I've been there for 2 years and 4 months, something like that. 2 years, 4 months. And in order for me to get the promotion, I had to be there for 2 years. So at the 2 year mark, I went ahead and applied for a promotion. And then I got it October, November, December, 3 months later. Right. So by the time it was all over, I had been there for a year and 3 months. Anyway, I want to tell y'all that I also requested to work nighttime. Now, the funny thing about that is, whenever I first started working this job almost 2.5 years ago, and I was watching people come in to go to work on second shift, and I'm like, man, I could never do that. I could never come in and work that. And now I'm working it. And the awesome thing about it is, I had this mindset where I'm a morning person, so I need to go to work in the morning. When in actuality, what has just struck me is I'm a morning person, so I need to do things and get things out of the way in the morning. And so for me, I can wake up, I can go ahead and start cleaning the house, or I can go ahead and start cooking or eating or doing chores, or I can get up and just be, animated, be ready to take on the world and stuff. But if I have to wake up in that same mood, eat, get dressed, drive for about an hour to get to work, I'm still a morning person, but I'm also one of those people who feels like they're always supposed to be doing something. So if I'm not doing anything while I'm awake other than driving for almost an hour and, just little stuff, it just doesn't feel like I use the first part of my day properly, right? So about this whole working at night thing. So when I was younger, I was a morning person, but I was also an all night type person too, because when I was younger, going to college, driving, well, when I first started driving, because I drive now, when I first started driving, I wanted to drive. Not a whole lot. I just wasn't the driving type, but I didn't mind driving. But I did like going places, and I did like meeting up with my friends. So back then, I wanted a job. If it didn't start early in the morning, then I wanted a job that let me off early enough at night to still go out and do whatever I wanted to do. Because I used to go to clubs, I used to go to parties, I used to go to house parties, I used to go hang with people, I used to go bowling, go dancing, go to the movies, all kinds of stuff. Like it didn't matter what it was. I liked going places, even if it was local. I liked driving. I liked going places. I liked being around people. So that was a long time ago. And at one point, I had a job that went from 7 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and then I was a waitress at Buffalo Wild Wings that night. So I would work in the morning, get off, take a nap, eat whatever I'm gonna do, and then go to Buffalo Wild Wings. They close at 2 o'clock in the morning, so there's no telling what time I get off. I could get off at 9 if I went in early, 2, whatever. But back then, I liked having a day job because I had time to get off work, go get a new outfit, go get something to eat, go hang with some people, then go home, freshen up, and then go back out that night. Like that's what I was doing. So I needed my mornings to be my money makers because everybody else was working or everybody else was in school and college, right? Everybody else was already doing something during the daytime. So to me, it doesn't make sense to be available all day when everybody's busy. And then when everybody's free, I'm trying to go to work. It didn't make sense. And then moving along, because I want to talk about this whole early morning, late night type thing that I had going on, or first, second, third shift, right? Whenever I went to college, the second college I went to, so it was my first year, then my second year. It was either my first or my second year at the second college that I had went to. And seems like everybody worked at this one place. It was part-time, but you got paid if you worked from 10 at night to 2 in the morning. 10 at night to 4 in the morning. Anyway, it was an overnight shift. We were still getting paid $8.50 an hour, which was a lot back then, I guess. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was enough because everybody was working that job. But we were working the night shift and we were getting paid like a premium or whatever. And that was still cool because we would all work those little 5 hours or whatever we was working. Everybody would go to Wendy's or go to McDonald's or whatever fast food restaurant was open. And then you go home, you take a bath, and you either hang out until the sun come up or you go to bed. But still, we all had a routine and everybody worked there. So everybody saw everybody when we got off work. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things. And then whenever school was in, I had an evening job, um, an evening job from 4 to 8. I was working 4 hours a day. I was working 4 hours a day, but I was making $10 an hour too. Hey, while we're here, let's talk about how you can get your own personal tarot card reading with A Cup of Stars Tarot and follow me on social media. Anytime you need some insight into a current situation, or even if you need answers to something that has already happened, contact me for clarity. I use tarot cards, oracle cards, and when necessary, I use a pendulum as well. Follow me on my TikTok and you can join in on my live recordings as I do tarot card readings for my audience in the comment section. A message for one person may be enough of a message for someone else, so don't miss out. Click the link in the description of this video and let's connect. Let's jump back into the video. Anyway, so the whole point of me telling you this is over time, my work schedules have had to change to accommodate however I was enjoying life at the moment or whatever I had going on at that moment. Because whenever I work at some places, the tenured people, they have first dibs at the morning schedule. So I don't know how many jobs y'all have had, or what y'all had to go through to get them as far as the training or whatever. But it seems like a lot of jobs, I would be like, I want to work first shift. They'd be like, okay, because training is from 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening. And then you do 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks of training and they give you the schedule. And it's like, oh no, your schedule starts at 1 p.m. Like that's the earliest we have. And I'm like, what? Now, knowing now what I didn't know back then, when I even thought they was gonna give me an evening shift or an afternoon shift or anything that started after 9 a.m., I should have been looking for a job when I was in training. So I would get paid for those 6 to 8 weeks of training. And then when they be like, your schedule starts 1 p.m., nah, I'm good. And I can just go to another place. I could have been a professional job getter who attends training. That's what I could have been. But anyway, fast forward, my son my son was born. And for those of you who know, if you are a single mom, perhaps a single parent, but if you are a single mom and you have a newborn, an infant, a toddler, a child, or any children who are not school age, like they are not going to kindergarten for free, if they're not doing that, you should try to get a work schedule that matches your child's daycare schedule or preschool or whatever they're calling it. I call it a daycare, but you have to work during the hours of operation for the daycare. I never got a job like that. After I had my kid, my jobs were starting at like 11, get out at like 9, or it starts at 1, it was just the craziest thing because I'm like, if I'm working if I'm working all these hours, then I'm gonna spend most of my money on over fees, because back then the daycares that I had, they charge you $1 for every minute you were late. So I'm like, I told y'all this when I got the job. So when my son was coming up, it seems like I always had a job that ended in the evening. Like he should be in the bed by the time I get off, type stuff. But I said all that to say this. I said all that to say this. Um, Now I have requested a nighttime schedule because I said all that to say this. Now I have realized that I would rather, okay, so here's the thing. I feel like if your job gives you an opportunity to do something that's going to benefit you and make your life easier, go ahead and do it, right? So I got the promotion so that I would make more money, and I got promoted. But also at my job, they pay like a big differential for working nights and working night weekends. I'm sorry, for working nights and for working at night on the weekend. Yeah, that's what I said. So they give that. So that's what I got. Also, because of my job, there isn't that much work to do at night. So whenever you think of work smarter, not harder, instead of me staying on the day shift and working all these hours of overtime, all these days to get overtime just to make extra money, I could just work nights and get extra money. Well, I'm sorry, work the night shift, second shift, and get extra money. And then in addition to that, I got the promotion. So since I don't have to work that hard at night, it's not like I'm working harder for the money. I'm just working and I'm getting more money because I changed a few things around. So as far as me working nights, here's something else. So if I get off work early in the morning, yeah, it's early in the morning. When I get off work early in the morning, that means that I can go ahead and find something to do, or I can go somewhere, or I can run errands and then go to bed, but I can run errands in the daytime. Now, see, whenever I get off in the evening, everything is closed. Granted, we're not scheduled 20 something days out of the month. So, any other job I had where I was working full time, of course, you know that I had to work past 5 o'clock, past 6 o'clock, past 9 o'clock. But also, I was working at least 5 days a week. So maybe I have a weekday and a weekend day off. But because of that, that meant that I was working more days, right? And I think life is about enjoying your days, enjoying your time off of work, and going to work because you want to, or working a lot because you want to, not because you have to, not because that is your mandated schedule. You know what I'm saying? So, again, I said all that to say that I had to make some changes in my career life, just to make things easier for me. And also, when I was saying earlier that when my son was younger, of course, I wanted to work in the daytime because he was in daycare in the daytime, or he was in school and the after school program was out at 6. So I wanted to work in the daytime because he was occupied during the daytime. And then I wanted to be off evenings so I could spend evenings with my son. I don't understand why employers don't understand that. But now that my son is older, he spends some of his nights on his phone, watching videos, playing games, texting with his friends. He's in his phone a lot in the evenings if we don't have anything like definitely planned. It would make sense for me to wake up, being the morning person I am, maybe cook us breakfast or straighten up whatever I need to do. And then when he wakes up, he can eat. We can spend some time together, get some time in during the day. I can still come back, take a nap and rest up if I want to, and then go to work at night. And when I go to work at night, he's occupied anyway. So this schedule works for the both of us now. And it's funny because I had said, you never know what you'll do until you've had an opportunity to do it and you sit and think about it. Because I said I would never work anybody's second shift again. As a matter of fact, I think I said that last year. But I mean, times change, times change, times change. So I just wanted to say that I went ahead and had to change my work schedule to fit the life that I live right now, to make me more comfortable financially, and to make me feel more comfortable in my social life because I want to get out more, but also to make more money. So I'm following the money. I just wanted to put that out there too. So for anybody else who is out there, what is your work schedule? How many hours do you work per day? How many days do you work per month? And what shift do you work? And would you consider working a different shift or like you just married to it? Now, I know this might be one of those questions for people who work outside the home, because I think work from home positions, most of those, if I'm not mistaken, it seems like a lot of those would be daytime hours. I don't know. I mean, if I was working from home, I don't think I would care what the hours were so much. But anyway, just let me know how you feel about this episode. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your continued support. Y'all have a great, great rest of the day. Bye-bye. Wait, before you go, did you enjoy this episode? Well, listen to some of my other episodes. I'm pretty sure you'll like those too. And while you're at it, take a moment to join my emailing list at girlfriendletmetellyou.com. You do not want to miss what I have coming up for you. Thank you again, as always, for your continued support, and share this with somebody. Tell them about me. I'd appreciate that too.